Welcome to Wonderland, Sweden. My name's Rebecca and I create educational tools with the help of my XTool P2 and Creative Space. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe to my channel. Okay, let's begin. So I'm going to look at welding letters today. So I'm going to write the word curly. So if you've got a curly font with lots of squiggles, then this is perfect for you. So if we choose dancing script, it's curly. So in the same as cursive handwriting, the first letter, the capital letter, is never joined to the rest of the letters. So what you do, just a simple weld, is just to highlight your letters and to press on weld. Okay. Problem is, once you've welded, you can't go back. So this now is now a vector and you cannot change the letters. So as you can see, you can change the vector but not the letters. So if I'd have misspelt it, or if I want to do someone else's name, then it's important to make a copy. So if we make a copy, what I normally do is I always have a DNT canvas. So the DNT do not touch. So that I always copy and paste and take lots of different versions from it. But then I never touch that. So I just make sure I can always go back. So there's always an original there somewhere. So I'm going to look at different ways to weld this. Okay, as you can see, these letters are welded already. Let's see if we can go back and get the original. Right, so this is the one that you want to have as saved as do not touch. Not the other one that's welded, because you can't do much with that. Okay, so that one's there. So D and T, do not touch. Okay, so we have this. So like we said, we can weld it, but then the C and the U are not connected. So what we could do, one way to solve it very, very quickly in a keyring is to do an outline offset. I keep saying that this is a bug, so this is not actually 8, that's still 2. So you have to go up and then down, and then it will save it. So having an offset will make that, even though that's super thin and super fragile, it would make it a little bit stronger. But I wouldn't do that anyway. So basically, that's one way we could do it, is making an offset. If we have this, what I would do, if I make a copy, I would save the C, and I'd save the early. So what you need to do first, remember that you can't go back once you've started welding. So we weld this first. Okay, so we've got the early. Okay, we could vertically align center. Maybe not. Okay, we could align at the bottom. I mean, no, that won't work either because of the Y. Okay. Basically, we can align it so then we think that where it crosses is going to be strong enough. So if you highlight both of them, you can see that there's no weld, because it's not welding we're going to do, it's combining. So basically combine is going to do the same as the weld. So hopefully if we press on this, there you go. So we take away the missing line here and we join the two together. So that's two ways to do it. Another way to do it is, as you can see, they're unwelded still. If we squash up the letters basically, so there is, if you can see this one here, it is. So basically it's 0. So if you're going to put it to a positive number, then obviously the letters go further apart. So it's just trial and error. So if we say minus 0.4, oh, look at that, the R doesn't actually join up anymore. So we can't use that. Minus 0.3. Oh, it's tight. This wasn't a good font to show. Minus 0.2. Okay, and then you can weld. Are they welded together? No, they're not. They are. It doesn't match. That's a bad font to show. Let's see if we've got another one. Blackadder, is that one? Oh, no. I don't know my fonts. I know elephant. Lotto. Okay, champagne or whatever it's called. Okay, this one. Oh, this is going to be really, really squashed. And try it anyway. So we'll do -1. Okay, it's too squashed, but you get the picture. So if we just weld it there, so then you have it. So you would basically make the distance between the letters smaller. So that would be the third way to do it. Obviously it doesn't work on this font, but it might work on your letters and on your font, so it's always good to try. So if we go back to our DNT and copy, highlight everything else and delete it and paste. So we still have this C and the U not connected. So as you saw when we welded it, it became a vector. And then you could edit the nodes. So if we click on edit nodes, so what we could do is very, very quickly just take the last 2 nodes. Obviously you would do it a lot more precise than I'm doing now, but this is just for demonstration purposes. So what you could do would be to have the C so it crosses the U. Obviously that is still going to cut it out, so we can't use that as a cut file. Having this as an engrave file, it's now one solid line, but I don't think most people will use that. There was no way for it to be combined in any way, united, and there's no weld either. So now you have this shape. This doesn't work. This technique doesn't work on this word. It might work on other words, other things that you want to do. But basically, what you can do is you can do an outline, and you can actually set your outline to 0. Remember, it's buggy, so we need to go down and up again to 0. So basically, you're going to end up with an exact same copy size of the outline, but oh, it worked different this time. That's strange. Okay, so we're doing 0.1. 0.1. Okay, so if you do a 0.1, then you actually are able to do a cut line on this now. But then you have the other problem that you've lost the middle of the L. So quick way to do it would be, I'm literally just doing it super quick. Okay, we'll go back to, because that was terrible. Can't draw straight lines. Obviously you would zoom in and take your time to do this, but basically you could just draw the middle of the L, and as you can see the Y is the same. So if we go and choose edit nodes, well, not edit nodes, it's draw nodes, and then done. So then you have the perfect shape. Obviously you need to do your notes a little bit better than I have, but here you can see. So you can just right click, move it to red to symbolize cut, and then you've got your keyring, and then you can still do an offset if you want to make your keyring. C7. So here you go, perfect. So this would be your back, and that would be the top material.